Hello traders, welcome to Zion Traders. So today we'll be analyzing AUD USD, right? So AUD has been pretty much bearish for a very long time here on the weekly time frame since 2021 after price came to grab this liquidity right here, traded into this POI, and then it started selling, right? So our target overall is this external range liquidity that is residing below this low, right? So where do we position ourselves, guys? So after this happened, as at 2021, right? So you can see price has been targeting this external range liquidity residing below this low, right? So and then we have been bearish ever since. So how do we position ourselves? Where do we watch out for? So we since we already have a target, which is the range, this external range liquidity, we are going to wait for price, and we have a break of structure right here already. We're just going to wait for price to come to our POI, and then we join the sell right from here, guys, right? So that's what we are waiting for right here on the weekly time frame. So let's scaling down to the one and daily time frame. Let's see what price is saying. So on the daily time frame, we don't have much data, right? It's actually the same thing what's happening on the weekly time frame. That's what we are also seeing on the daily time frame. There is no setup, right? So let's quickly scale down to the 4 hour time frame, guys. So scaling down to the 4 hour time frame, we have a very dicey setup right here, right? So we have a very dicey setup. So we have our break of structure right here. This is not an inducement. So we have our break of structure, we have our inducement. We're waiting for price to come to this our POI right here. So I want you guys to take note of something, right? So as a result of the trade tension currently going on in China, and that is as a result of the tariff, all this tariff change and everything. So it actually affecting Australia currency economy because China is their major export country, right? So it's affecting them. So because of these economic uncertainties, then we could possibly break out from this zone, right? So why is AUD strong? AUD is actually very strong right now because as of April, the CPI of AUD, right, which is Consumer Price Index, came out very positive, and both for the YOY and the quarters, right, so came out positive. So that's why we see this happening, and because and what does that mean? It means that there's inflation expectancy, and when there's inflation expectation, there is expectation for interest rate hike, right? So that's why you see AUD currency is actually very very strong right now, according to my perspective. That is what I know at the moment, right? So if this zone eventually fails because there's economic uncertainties, then that means we're going to have a long sell of AUD to the downside, right? And also another reason why I'm supporting this sell is because our DXY is about to head higher a bit, which is I already made a video on that. So in case you've not watched that video, you should watch the video on my channel, the analysis I made on DXY, which is USD. So you should watch it out, right? So if since DXY is about to start heading higher to the upside, this trade could fail because if USD is stronger than AUD, it's actually going to AUD's USD pair is going to sell, right? So this zone could fail. However, as at right now, we are just going to base our bias based on the technical perspective and also supporting the inflation expectation in Australia, right? So inflation expectation, we are expecting that. So we are just going to base our analysis of that, right? So I already told you guys when there is inflation expectation, Reserve Bank of Australia, they may hike interest rates. So and because of that, investors may just flood into the economy. However, because of the uncertainties, that may not happen, right? So to get the clear picture, let's quickly go to the 1 hour time frame. There's actually no more setup on the 1 hour time frame. It's actually the same setup on the 4 hour time frame. That's what we have on the 1 hour time frame. But 1 hour time frame will give you a clearer view. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, and share.